No, it's stopped it from happening that time. Thank God. Hold on, let me remove this for a minute. Hi, everybody. How is everyone? Thank you for joining me. I've missed you guys. It's been a little bit, right? Yeah, it's been quite a while, actually. Happy to see everyone here. And Sue Elliott. Oh, I was just going to say, Sue Elliott, guess what I have? Sidetrack Sally. Sidetrack Sally. I got my tea, my piping hot tea. I love this cup. Sue Elliott. If anyone doesn't know or hasn't seen it yet, Sue Elliott makes these fabulous cups, by the way. So she made me this fabulous Sidetrack Sally mug, as you can see. How badass is that? It's purple, has my favorite color. Yeah, beautiful, right? And then this one over here is one of my favorites too. So I've been meaning to show everybody this, but I haven't really used my camera that much, right? So it says AZ on one side and then T-Spiracy on the other. And I have some goodies in here that I keep at my desk. I haven't used this cup yet. Haven't used it yet, but I love it. And my daughter has one too that's really cute. Oh, by the way, Sue Elliott, my daughter is obsessed with that. That's her cup. No one else can use it. Obsessed. She loves it. So everybody check out Sue Elliott. She's on Twitter, on Instagram. If you want to get a fancy cup or something, she's very, very good at what she does. I wish I could, or I had I think you need a Cricut or something to make one of those, don't you? Didn't Little Red just get one of those, a Cricut? I've always wanted one. So before I get started here, Mariana Santos, thank you for coming back to membership. And then we have, I love this name, by the way, Stoned and Need Pizza. Thank you for becoming a member, Stoned and Need Pizza. And I have two fabulous people with me here today. The first one I have here is Kim S. And the second one I have here is Stacy Bobbles. And they're from Righteous Verse. And you can find their channel link in my description. If you haven't subscribed to Righteous Verse, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe to them. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for coming by.
I was just saying in the chat, I'm obsessed with your pink scrunchie. It looks so damn cute.
Oh, my fluffy pink scrunchie?
Yes.
Thanks. It's actually my daughter's, and it matches my fluffy pink pen.
Well, as you were like, I'm obsessed with this, I'm like, well, I'm kind of obsessed with the pink scrunchie right now.
Super cool, right? We went to a book fair at her school the other day, and I had flashbacks. I was like, where's the Lisa Frank stuff? You know what I mean? The book fairs have a smell to them, like those newspaper things they used to send us home with. Do you guys remember those with all the books in them?
Yes. That was my favorite time of year.
Yes. But do you remember the smell, or am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy, because it's like a special kind of magazine smell, but not right. And I'm telling you, my daughter brings those things home from school. The Scholastic website takes all my money.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy.
Book fairs.
It's crazy because one of the days she's like, I need money for the book fair. And I don't have cash. I never have cash, right? I only had $4 or something, which probably wouldn't buy you nothing. So I went there the other night with her. They had an ice cream social, and come to find out they do an e-wallet. So you don't need cash anymore. I'm like, oh, duh. I probably should have thought about that, but the kids just tell them their name and they take it right off of their balance, which is cool.
The Scholastic Book Fair is how I signed up as part of the Babysitters Club when I was a kid.
Oh, you were an official member?
Yes.
That's impressive.
You got 4 books a month from them.
I saw those when I was there, by the way, the Babysitters Club. And okay, what were those books called, you guys? Remember they had alternate endings, you would read through it and then you could choose
your own adventure.
Thank you. Choose your own adventure. Thank you. I was trying to think of what they were called. Of course you know.
I had all of those too.
Yep.
If you ever need to know, just ask Stacy. She's the reader. I like to read, but Stacy loves to read. So she's a whole new level.
I didn't start reading till I was a little bit older. In school, you couldn't pay me to read something, but so hi everyone. Thanks for coming by. I see a couple of new names in here. Welcome. And so if you have seen the title of my stream, Muzz has gone too far, and she definitely has gone too far. But before I can tell you why I think Muzz has gone too far, I have to explain a little something that I kind of just want to give a quick a rundown with, because I really don't want to get too much into this, and I didn't plan on it. I totally don't even want to use her name, because I don't want this stream to be associated with this tragedy. So unfortunately, Julie G, who is somebody I've made videos about, somebody who I think a lot of us know, apparently she has passed away, which is horrible, right? A lot of you have asked me if I was going to have a stream talking about how Julie G passed away, and no, that was never. I'm still no, because as sad as it is and as bad as I feel for her family, I never got along with the lady, so I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm devastated. I'm not gonna say things like, "Oh, she lit up a room and she walked in." I don't want to do that, because I think it's really fake, right? I definitely feel bad for her family, and I cannot believe she's R.I.P. I just can't believe it. But it sucks. So I know that people like Jackie Sunshine, go figure, had a tearful stream where she was sniffling, and she hated Julie G. So it's like, if you didn't like them in the real life, you don't have to play pretend. You also don't have to bash them, but you don't have to play pretend, as sad as it is. So so she's passed away, and I know that when the news broke, Mrs. Roadhog is the one that told everybody. And from this is just the sad facts of it. Julie G was caught in a lot of lies about a lot of things, and so was Mrs. Roadhog. So when the unfortunate news broke, a lot of people were skeptical, right? Gee, did this really happen? Is this woman really gone? Is she trying to rebrand herself or whatever? So I understood, even myself was like, yeah, I don't know if I believe that, right? So make a very long story short, without getting into every single detail, because it was such a mystery, I thought that okay, I know her last name. She's made it clear a few times. She even used her last name. So I went to Facebook, I typed in her name, and I had found some people from her real life. Megan Broussard, thank you for becoming a member. I found some people from her real life who were talking about her passing, and that was really all I needed, right? Because I don't really if somebody was going to pull off a hoax like that, they would, to involve people in their real life, like relatives and coworkers and things like that, that would be pretty extensive. So that's where I drew the line. I was like, all right, that's all I need to know. People from her real life know about it, who, are legit people who have had Facebooks for a long time. She's deceased. Unfortunately, and then there were some people who still didn't believe it, right? Which is okay. So I had taken screenshots. I had X'd out the people's names, because I didn't want to drag anyone into it. I was like, see guys, this woman's really gone, whatever. Because I know that there's crazy people on the internet who do crazy things. And for one, I didn't want people bothering people in her real life and whatever. So with that being said, there's always 1 or 2 or 10 in the crowd. And unfortunately, Muzz, once again, because this is not the only time, has gone stuck her foot into some area that she literally doesn't belong in. Nobody should. So come to find out, I had known she made a stream about it, and it was called The Proof is in the Pudding. And that was all I really needed before I went, all right, that's fucked up. The lady's deceased. Come on, man. So I had planned on talking about this and bringing it to you guys before I even knew the next part. Okay. So the next part was, she made a stream, and I think it's so distasteful. She called the funeral home. That's right. She called the funeral home to verify that Julie G was really deceased. And they told her yes. Just like I've told her, just like I've told Twitter, excuse me. And then she even contacted not 1, but 2 people from Julie's real life. And the reason why she felt the need to contact them is because she didn't feel as though it looked like Julie G. Now, I'm sure you've all lost somebody in your life who get sick and they don't look like how they looked when they were younger. And for obituary pictures, people usually use when the person was at their healthiest. I mean, from my experience anyways. So when we saw Julie G, she was thicker, and she even explained to us on one of my streams that due to the medication and her being sick, she had put on a lot of weight. And the reason why she told us that is because nobody could really believe that Todd Paulson was trying to hit on her, etc. And she's like, well, I used to be, a lot thinner and whatever. So she's told us this before. So Muzz does not think that it looks like her. Guys, Kim and Stacey, do you think that the obituary picture, do you think that you can tell it's Julie in her younger days?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's why. Because
you can see weight loss difference.
Right. Well, didn't she use that picture at one time on her YouTube profile back when she was in BX's server and Jackie hated her?
Yes, and she went by like Julie 1970 something.
And it was the same picture.
Yes, because that was back when she still went by the same picture and name that she used when she modded because Jessie Bear had left KJ's channel for a little while.
Right. And she was a member of KJ's channel, and she was in BX's server. This is how we knew. So when I saw that picture, I immediately knew it was her. I was actually surprised when I saw her on Roadhog's channel because she looked so different from the picture that I knew of her.
Also, angles make a big difference in what a person looks like in a photograph. We were talking about this earlier. You do not see my 5 head in pictures that I take of myself. Well, now, pictures I do not take of myself, guess what you might see?
Right. I mean, we all know how to hold a camera up and take an angle, right?
Well, when she held the camera, unfortunately, and most of us ladies know, you never hold the camera down below you because you're going to get all the chins. And that's just the sad reality of it. So I can see why, in her healthier days or whatever, she looked like a different person. But I never saw that picture and went, that's not her, So Muzz had people saying, no, it is her. Here's the proof. Here's 10 people from Facebook or so. Here's the GoFundMe's. Here's this. Here's that. Like, and the wicked messed up part is, you guys, like, she still doesn't believe it. She goes, well, this is so wrong. She's like, somebody died. Somebody named Julie G died. But is it really her, or is it like identity theft, or is it what? Like, what is gonna? You called the funeral home. You've contacted people from real life. What is it going to take for you to believe it? Does anybody know? Kim, Stacey, do you know? Like, what would
imagine like the coworker that she contacted too? Like, I would seriously doubt that her husband would want his coworkers to know what she had been getting up to out on the internet. And now some person from the internet has been like, hey, we want to just make sure she's not lying because she's kind of a liar.
So fucked up.
I'd Google it.
And as if that all this isn't bad enough, she actually used her government name in the hashtag. Like, that way there's an easy path. Like, and okay, let's say somebody from Julie G's real life, like, here's a rumor about her passing, but they're not completely sure, and they type in her first and last name, and then here comes Muzz's YouTube stream up in the search engine, like, and you're gonna watch that. Like, this is all gonna lead back to us. With that being said, I don't plan on erasing my old videos because I stand by what I said. And unless like someone from her family was like, I didn't want my mom to be remembered like that, take that down, I would never remove it because that was a point in history and time, and that actually happened, and I stand by it. Going forward, I would never speak on the lady because she's not here to defend herself, But furthermore, you guys, does anybody know why? Now, with all that being said, with the family having a path back to all this nonsense, we do know that her husband knew about all this nonsense. And also, does anybody know why in the hell her husband reached out to Mrs. Roadhog, of all people, to tell her of her passing? Like, why?
I can only imagine what he knew about Mrs. Roadhog either, though, because Julie could be like, yeah, me and Mrs. Roadhog are like BFFs now, because she like would create entire scenarios in her head and run with it.
They probably became friends then. I mean, I would guess.
I mean, if you hear from someone every day, right, and then all of a sudden you stop hearing from them. And Julie, from what I remember of her, when we ran in the same circles, she would DM people constantly. So if someone who was friendly with her was not suddenly not receiving any messages from her, they may reach out to her, and maybe Julie's husband saw that and said, "Hey, just to let you know."
Yeah, I didn't think of that. That's actually a really good point. I didn't even consider that.
Well, I know, like, we said hi to her one time, and like the next time it was like, "Hey, girl, hey," and and I was like, "Hi."
Yeah. So I just like you have Jackie like shedding tears and being all sniffly. Like, you never liked her in real life. Like, why are you gonna sit up here and sadfish over it? And I don't know.
I'm like 100% certain she kicked her from a Discord once.
You're not the only one who has told me that, by the way, that she didn't like her, or she kicked her from a Discord or something. I've heard that other places too.
Yeah, she did. 100%. It was
like,
I know what Discord it was, and I know why. So it was because,
and it's possible to have sympathy for somebody's family for a terrible loss and not pretend like you were BFFs or like pretty much sisters with the person who passed away. That's disrespectful to me, to pretend somebody is something they weren't just because they passed.
Let me tell y'all, if I ever, God forbid, knock on wood, if I ever pass away and Roadhog or some boozle sits up here, I Jesse, other Jesse, whatever, and it's like, oh my God, no, I will hunt your ass. Don't you dare act like you cared about me. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me, though. I mean, it's sad. I feel really bad for her family. I do. She's got a teenage daughter. She's got a few kids, I think. I mean, she's even spouted off their names before. That's how I know the people I saw on Facebook are really her kids, because I remember her saying, because she was an oversharer. So I caught a lot of little things. Like, remember, she said where her husband worked, so we can confirm that. She said a couple of her kids' names, so she said she used to be skinny. So all these little things, if you piece them together and you do some real, like, legit research that doesn't even involve calling funeral homes or making streams about it, it's like stupid. And I think it's highly disrespectful. And can you imagine for 1 second, put yourself in her, let's say her daughter, right? Put yourself in her daughter's shoes. You come across this stream with this crazy girl who doesn't believe that your own mother is dead. You're grieving right now, right? And you got this crazy chick on the internet who is saying, it's probably not real. Like, that is like spitting in someone's face. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kim, like, you losing somebody that close to you there's nothing worse. Right. Nothing. So for her to even take that risk and throw that out in the universe blows my mind.
Especially when you think about stories you've heard about people who didn't really pass away and who was involved in those stories.
Yeah, like Truthy, right?
Well, yes, but others.
So, others that had stories about someone passing away and then they didn't really pass away too.
Oh. Yeah, it's wicked messed up. And then to hashtag it, like hashtag Julie with her real last name, not even just Julie G, Julie with the real last name. And this is the same girl who walks around like, nobody can talk about me because I'm not a creator. What do you call this? Now, I started thinking today, guys, and I was like, why would she do this? Like, what? First of all, Muzz is known for just being super duper extra nosy, getting involved in places she shouldn't get involved in, and she'll whether she means it or not, I don't really know, I don't really care, but like, it's like she's like, I'm an empath. That's why she's never wrong, because she's so empathic that it doesn't matter what the F you say to her, because she's always right, because she's an empath. I can't remember how she words it, but I've heard her say it a few times, and I'm just like, there are quite a few professionals out in the world who think that empaths are also just raging narcissists, but I'm no fucking professional here, but but it's like an excuse she uses, like she knows she's the oracle because she's an empath. Have you guys ever heard her say something like that?
Well, yeah, I had to watch her video today before I, because I agreed to come up and talk about it, so of course I was going to watch it, because otherwise it'd be a little hypocritical of me to be critiquing something I hadn't seen. But to me, it sounded like she was saying like she fell on the sword so that the rest of us trolls weren't contacting people. And the thing is none of us were contacting people. and there wasn't a sword to fall on.
Right. And I saw a couple people in chat who are like decent people who I was kind of surprised. They were like, well, it's all right, Muzz. We need to not get scammed from the GoFundMe. I'm sorry. Have you guys, now be honest with me, because I have not seen it and I went looking for it. I went to Twitter, I typed in her name. I did not see a single person sharing a link to any of her GoFundMes. Did you guys?
I shared it about an hour ago on Twitter.
The one for her daughter?
Yes. And that is her daughter. Yes, the one that Stacy sent me the link because I asked for it. And it's the one that her daughter set up. And there's not been a ton of donations made to it. And I apparently her daughter's trying to get to her. And I feel really bad about that, even though Julie G and I were not friends. So I shared it on Twitter, and I have not seen a link shared anywhere else.
Right. So up until just then, when you shared it, right, it's not like there were people passing out the links and saying, please donate, where we had to, like, you know, figure out if it was real or not. Like, nobody would. What are you trying to protect here? Like, what are you trying to look out for? And then let's say this. So her other argument was like, oh, it might be identity theft. Maybe it's another Julie G. Think about that for a second. You're telling me that this other Julie G who passed away has the same family members, the same children, the same co-workers. Furthermore, let's entertain this for a second. Let's say that it was for whatever reason, an identity theft, right? What are you going to do? Are you going to hit up the other Julie G and be like, hey, I know you just, the other Julie G's family, and say, hey, I know you just lost somebody, but there's this chick out here who's pretending to be her. Like, what is your end game here, Muzz? What are you doing? Like, guys in the chat, like, did you think this was a little effed up? Like, I'm sorry, it is. And this whole, like, I'm not a creator, nobody can talk about me. Like, girl, this is messed up, and this is not the only time. Now, before I forget, because I need to make this point, because I know there's haters in the building, okay? Listen clearly. I know there's going to be one of you morons out here, okay? None of you lovely people who are always in my chat. I know it's not you guys. You guys aren't morons. But there's always somebody who's like, well, you contacted Roadhog's family and da-da-da-da-da-da. No. I've already had people literally come on my panel and say, no, AZ don't talk to nobody. I do, and I relay the message, which is true. You can even ask Akita. I never, ever got back to her because I didn't want to involve her. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I did not talk to these people. So before you start thinking you can point a finger at me, because there's always a couple of you dummies who still can't get that through your head, let me just make that clear. It's not okay. And, you know, even when a bunch of us were second guessing it in our heads about Julie G thing, not for 1 second did I ever think of picking up a phone and calling the freaking funeral home. It's so fucked up. So
I actually mentioned that. I said, I hope no one actually calls the funeral home, because it listed the funeral home, and we had actually talked about this. I was like, somebody's going to.
Of course. And it's the one person who's pretending like they're doing it so no one else does, but they're the only one doing it.
And a really smart lady said, I'm going to paraphrase because I always get it wrong, so sorry, you know who you are. She told me one time that it's not help if nobody asked you for it. And that's what Muzz doesn't seem to understand. Like, if nobody asked you to help them, then you're not helping them.
Exactly. Just like she said, just because you yell it loud doesn't mean it's true. No. First of all, what does it take? What do you want to see? Do you want to see like her body? Like, what do you want, Muzz? Like, what would it take for you to believe it? I don't understand. I don't understand why it matters to you. I don't understand your end game. I don't understand any of it. The only thing I understand is this, you guys. When I was thinking about it today, I'm like, why would she do this? I think, in my opinion, that deep down, because she's always right, she wants to be right about this. She wants Julie G to still be alive so she can say, see, I told you guys she was still alive. I did all this awesome research. I called here. I did this. I did that. I'm the most amazing Oracle empath in the world, and I know everything. See, I told you so. Like, I think her end game is to just be right. Like, because we have to remember too, And I didn't even think of this. I'm like, why does she? It's like she has it for her. And somebody went, don't you remember when Julie G was on your stream and Muzz had a meltdown because something about Muzz's cousin had MS and Julie said she had MS and Muzz didn't believe her. So like maybe part of the reason why she's doing it is because she's still salty about the whole MS thing. Did you guys think of that? Did you remember that?
No, but I saw it in your chat, and I do remember that happening now because she said a lot of things that were really sketchy. And I know it, I was friends with Muzz, and I know it upset her at that time. So I had completely forgotten about it.
Right. It's like, are you trying to get back at somebody who is deceased? Like, what are you trying to do? So with that being said, I'm just going to play like a little bit of her stream, just so you guys can get a understanding. If you wouldn't mind in the chat, please don't drop the name of her channel. I don't want anybody to flock to her channel. That is not what I want. Please don't say it. If anyone asks for it, you can find it. Please another way. I don't want it said in here. And I don't think it's going to come up because I have it on full screen. So I'm just going to play a little bit of it. Here we go. Oh. Proof and pudding.
Was the title thing left on that one clip?
Did you just see it said prove it, exclamation point? What do you want? What would prove it?
Did you see that the title thing was left on that one slide?
Hold on. Let me go back one. The one before this one? Did she pull a Katie
It's
Joy?
like the guy on the like couch or whatever, I think.
Hold on, let me start again. I must have missed it. Hold on.
Longest intro ever.
Hey, welcome. What's up, everyone? Okay, lots of people, right? Excuse my French. All right. Hey. Oh, yay, no headache for Shay. No chair to the head. Whoop, whoop. Hey, Shay, you made it. I'm so glad to see everyone. I mean, it's for interesting circumstances. I'm so glad to see you. You felt like a girl. Oh no, I almost just put Adam in time. Oh, Lordy. Oh no, I skipped ahead. Oh no. Okay, let's just, I think I got everyone. Hey, Sheila. Wasn't it cool? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, thank you. Oh, welcome. Thank you for. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I spent maybe like 4 hours working on that. I don't know what that says about me.
You spent 4 hours making proof is in the pudding.
Okay,
like
before we get started, we got to put down
one of those
because
was like a thing of acid too. It wasn't even pudding. Terry Lynn said that Julie G's husband had a message.
Did you say something like kind
in your chat? Did you see that?
No, I did not. What did it say?
Her husband would like for Muzz to stop reaching out to her family members, stop friend requesting them, and to stop calling the funeral home to let her rest in peace.
Yeah, that would be ideal, wouldn't it? That is, I'm sorry, Mike, that you have to even say that out loud. Not okay, you know, not. But here we are. Here we are. I can't even.
Friend requesting.
I mean, we're just gonna delete it. We're not gonna like, degrade you or whatever and move on. Because I want to sort of give all my information. I took a copious amount of notes, and then at the end, opinions, yada yada. But for those of you who know this channel, I do not like to make it just like, ooh, into the drama, So it's gonna be about the facts. Okay. Doesn't matter how you feel about these people. I'm gonna tell you what I know, why, my thought process, and everything. All right. So some people live on 4 hours of sleep. That's right. Oh, thanks, Ellie. You love the intro? Oh, thanks. Wow. You'll try to behave yourself, Rose? That's okay. Oh, let's take me out of here. Nobody needs to see me. Cool, cool. Okay. Look at my little detective dog. Can I just say that? And this isn't like, I've decided that for the series, if I end up doing more of this, this is from my friend when I was like in elementary school. And I remember I once tried to explain something to her, and then she didn't understand it. And I said it louder. And she's like, just because you say it louder doesn't make it true or doesn't make me understand it. And I've taken that with me through life. So just because you say it louder doesn't make it true. All right, cool. You love facts and truth. That's how I roll. All right. I mean, it's not how I roll in like real life. I just mean like on channel. It's not like I don't have opinions. You know what I mean? All right. I was not. Trigger finger ready. Okay. So we got some ground rules. Okay. The mods, they get a whistle, a fake whistle. If you have a whistle at home, feel free to whistle. And I'm only doing this because I'm assuming like trolls and stuff are gonna come in. But okay, I just asked you a couple things. Like one is that you let me get through it because I may answer your questions. Yeah, Sharemare, no worries. Thanks, girl. I may answer what you are thinking, at a certain point. So just bear with me. Don't come in with a doxing name. Don't start calling people funny. Just don't disrespect anyone. No name calling, whatever. Leave that for Twitter because I'll be there for it. Shay, keep your steak for yourself. He's fine. No inciting of anything, please. No, like let's go, whatever. Screw this person. Yada yada. Here's going to be the hard part for some of you. You're going to have to trust me, which I know is difficult, but for those of you who know me, if there's one thing you can't call me, you can call me a lot of things, annoying, whatever. You cannot call me a liar. I just don't. If I don't know it, I won't say it. You know what I mean? So I'm not willing to necessarily, show everything because it may be a photo. It may be a name. And I'm actually going to go through my thought process also because I'm just going to be wide open and not just the facts. I'm going to tell you why I did this, etc. Right? You have trust issues, girl. You've come to the right place. I can't lie. But anyways, if you can't trust me, that's okay. But if you want to see every single, dotted I and crossed T, it may not be the stream for you. I'm just not willing to do that. Shade. Okay, so let's get move on. Okay, here's my original thought process because I want to share with you. I just want to give you, I want to tell you what I was thinking. So obviously we all saw the tweet. No, we heard from someone and some people got a DM and people weren't sure. And then there was a tweet from not the most reliable source, etc. Right? Cool. So that's cool. Obviously my first thought is whatever, right? Hell no. Then I'm seeing more people say, oh, but here's this proof and here's that. And now I'm starting to see people in our community put stuff on Twitter or whatever, and people that I, don't think are completely unreliable. So this is usually, and I'll let you into the brain of Muzz a little bit. When something like this happens in the community, usually I go, all right, it's my expert research time. And I'll be honest, I do this sometimes when things are sketchy. And 99% of the time I keep it to myself. I don't know why. It's like my coping. It's like my way to verify for myself. So I can't, it's not that I can't be gaslit, but I try not to be. So I just keep information, right? So I thought I got to look into this. I can't ask anyone, let me go back for people who don't know. I'm so sorry. Okay, this was a terrible way to start. Let me just backtrack a little bit. There was rumor on the weekend that someone in our community passed away. She has a history in our community. I'm not going to go into like opinions, but she started with the hogs. She has been under a lot of stalk accounts, a lot of untruths, a lot of raised eyebrows. Okay, so there you go. So when we heard, someone got a tweet from an account or a DM from an account that never existed before to tell her that this person passed away. To us, it was par for the course. I'm not sure, but I don't want to be an asshole saying someone didn't pass away. Pretty much, right? That's really all the background knowledge someone needs to know. And then I said to myself, I got to look into this myself. Now, it really was originally all honest to God just for me. It was just for me to know for myself. That was it. I don't normally do this kind of thing, right? Let's see. No, of course you do.
You guys, she doesn't normally do this kind of thing, except when she does, okay?
Except every single time, you mean?
Yeah, flip a desk. Like, didn't she call the vet to check on Ren's cats?
Yes.
Like, and her and Ren don't get along. She's the one that tried to help people conspire to lock a black man up, and you called to check on his cats, and she cannot understand why he would have a problem with that. But here she is. She don't do stuff like this, you guys.
She was just helping, though.
Ugh.
She's always just helping.
So, yeah, it's a full-on presentation, Julie. It's like has slides and shit. Like, I can't even believe it. Like, we're only going to listen to a little bit more because I can only handle that much.
Yeah, I'm sure. Cooch, please unblock Rose. Truce. I'm so sorry for that noise. Muzzy's digging on the couch. All right, so that was my thought process. So just so you know, like how I got to where I got is I'm going, I don't trust anyone right now. Well, not anyone, but I want to look into this myself. Let me preface with, when I say I do research, I'm probably the most like, you know how For Dummies is part of my brand here. Let's stop it. How I do research is, I know, I'm sorry guys, is Google and social media. I don't pay for anything. I don't have anything special. Okay, I just have a whole lot of patience and a little bit of OCD. You can ask Cooch. That's how I plan her vacation. So, and like, you know, a little bit of brain cells and some critical thinking. So I just started looking. I honest to God can't even tell you or remember exactly where I started and who led to what and whatever, but I was on like a Facebook rabbit hole and I was just writing it down and who, what, where, and why, etc. Okay. And I started looking and I was just trying to, and you know, people were posting a lot.
All right, you were on Facebook, therefore you saw people in her real life grieving.
Yes.
And you still picked up the phone and you still called the funeral home and you still contacted 2 people from her real life.
Yes.
And according to
totally
your chat,
normal, right?
According to your chat, she also sent friend requests to all of those Facebook family members, or at least some of them.
Do you really think they want to be friends with you? Let's think about that. I would be beside myself if some chick on the internet who didn't believe that my mother, sister, whatever wife was dead, and you want to send me a friend request and you want to be friends?
That would be like Katie Joy sending Anna Duggar a friend request.
Exactly. I don't know, man. There's some kind of like disconnection here. I don't get it.
A lot of what people are posting are, you know, those websites where you just put what's it called? Like you could just put whatever you want, kind of thing, right? Wasn't official. So that was up until probably the end of the day yesterday, I'll be honest. So then I got wind of I started looking. Okay, why did I do it? I'll go back a bit. Why did I do it? Because here was my thought process. Hold on, I have notes, but I just want to make sure I don't miss anything, obviously. I did it because normally I wouldn't, but I was afraid of 2 things, right? One of 2 things I was afraid that, you know, there would be more back and forth between people in the community. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. And it might incite people to go digging. And if someone actually passed away, that could be quite harmful. You know what I mean? So I was just like, let me just look, you know, and often, like I said, I often do this, but I do it in the sense of, I keep it to myself almost to check myself, right? Well, Rose, let me get through it, like I said, because I took quite a path to get there. And I'm going to explain the path because it has to do with sort of my conclusions about things in general, where we stand and where I decided to stop or keep going or etc. Right? So let me just get through it. Okay. So where am I? Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to look at my notes here. Okay. Right. Okay. Here's why I did it. Okay. So let me meet. Oh God, I almost just said something I didn't want to say. Let me get to like the bottom line of it. You know, yes, there is a verified passing of Julie Gagne. Okay. However, there was a way. Let me explain my process. Okay? So I started looking, and then I found a GoFundMe, and there was a GoFundMe from Julie's husband's brother. Okay, so I knew that it was legit because before it was posted, when it was posted on the like fake websites, I don't know what you call them. I actually reached out to the funeral home to ask if, you know, this will be posted, and they said it's coming. So I said okay. Out to the funeral home to ask the like fake websites, I don't know what you call them. I actually reached out to the funeral home to ask if, you know, this will be posted, and they said it's coming. So I said okay. Now, this was the first time it hit me is when I saw the GoFundMe and I saw the picture. It didn't look anything like her, and so for the first time it hit me, I started going, wait a minute, and I started comparing pictures, and then I was like, in my mind I was like, could there be identity theft, or is someone passed? And now I'm very confused.
You get the point, right?
Like she had already verified with the funeral home, but then continued to contact people in real life.
Yep, because it didn't look like her. When it does look like her.
It does. I mean, but I'm just going to let you know, if anyone ever contacted a funeral home for my loved ones to verify it, and I found out, I would probably be in jail. Like, that's so out of line. I can't even describe how out of line that is. It's not our business.
It's not.
And Preston would swear up and down that Kim was with us the whole week, so she would have an alibi.
Yeah, maybe I wouldn't be in jail because you would cover for me.
Yeah. I just, so anyways, it goes on and on and on, like with the slideshow and the reasoning and the identity theft. And like, I don't understand the identity theft. Did she not think like, oh, in order for this to be identity theft, they would have to have the same freaking relatives? And like, I can't. And I don't even think the pictures look different. She looks like she a younger, thinner self, and she you know what I'm saying? People get sick. Medications make people gain weight. Like, God forbid, like you know, when my grandfather passed like cancer and stuff, like he looked bloated and stuff. Like, obviously we didn't use pictures from what he looked like when he was sick. We used pictures from what he looked like when he was at his best. Like, I don't get it. And to top all this off, okay, we haven't even gotten into real entertainment news yet and why that's so messed up. But to top all this off, right? Shit, I think I just lost my train of thought. I think I just lost what I was going to say. The fuck was I just going to say?
Was it about Yaya and the situation with Real?
No, but we could talk about that because we have to anyways. So I've been side-eyeing Muzz for a long time because, you know, and she talks her way out of this. And the reason why I think she gets away with it is because she's so nice that people are willing to look past it, right? So Kim, I know you know a lot about it. Like, why don't you explain to people like the real entertainment news thing, if you don't mind?
Well, I mean, they don't like each other. That's no secret. And I know that she had a lot of involvement about the cats because she loves animals, and I get it. But her and Real would always feud, and Real was really, anytime anyone accused him of anything with the cats, it would make him very upset. It still does. So that was happening already. And then when Roadhog decided he was going to accuse Real of like a murder for hire plot against him, it came out that Yaya was the one making those rumors up. She was the one DMing Roadhog and Mahog, and Muzz was in the DM group with them. So she was party to it, but then said that she didn't have anything to do with it. She was there for support of Yaya so that Yaya didn't get taken advantage of or spoken to in the wrong way or whatever. You know, and as much as I tried, because Muzz was my friend, as much as I tried to like chew that one up and figure it out, it never really made sense to me. Like, if you know it's a lie, why would you be there and not say this is a lie? It was wild.
Yep. And then Stacy, if I ever, okay, put it this way. We all know real entertainment news used to say, whether you love the guy, you hate the guy, it doesn't matter. It's a fact that there are Black men who are terrified of law enforcement, rightfully so. We all saw what happened to George Floyd. I don't want to get super into that, but real entertainment news let us know how many times that he was terrified of like law enforcement and the police and whatever. And they meaning Roadhog, Yaya, and Muzz had the audacity to formulate this like plan to, you know, call the police and to say that you know, Ren was gonna kill Roadhog or something. Like, we all know, if you've been here, you know real entertainment news says dumb shit, right? He always has. Like, he says dumb stuff all the time, and it's not an excuse, but these people should have known better is where I'm going with this. Now, Stacy, if I ever took you into a chat with somebody who was trying to, you know, call the police over a joke, would you sit in that chat and support me?
No.
Good. I hope not.
No, I would laugh at you, and you know I would.
Yeah, I know.
I would tell you were being ridiculous, and I would leave.
Furthermore, remember, this is what I was going to say. Her and I have talked at length about this, right? I could never understand, and I still don't, and I probably never will, why she, you know, defended Yaya contacting the police. Oh, she was just looking out, and she did the right thing, and she was scared she was going to kill him, and da-da-da-da-da-da, and I was just there for support. I'm sorry, if a whole community was coming at me and whatnot, there is a way she could have proved she had nothing to do with that conversation. Just like the Discord thing that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a way you can do that. There's a way you can block out people's names. She could have showed that chat, blocked out the conversation in the middle, and just seen the names be bopping back and forth. There are ways she could have proved herself out of that situation. But I believe firmly in my heart, she knew damn well all about it. Not only did she know about it, but like she was playing all sides of that me thing, whatever. And I've always written that off as she was just trying to help. But like this girl has her hand in every single drama pot around here. She always has. And this one I just can't stay quiet on. Like, can't do it.
No, and she knew what she was doing. Like, I think she just likes to be in the know that much.
Yep.
Like, that's why she was on all sides, because she's like, I want to know what everyone's doing. And I think she likes to tell people how they feel.
Yes.
Even though that might not be how you freaking feel.
Yep. Nobody should tell you how to feel. And that's the thing. Like, you know, and I tried so hard to be respectful, like, because I don't want to dislike the girl. She literally left me with no choice. I can't fuck with people who try to lock people up over jokes. Like, I can't do that. Like, if you're willing to co-sign that, what else will you co-sign? I don't trust you anymore. And I very kindly was just like, I don't want nothing to do with you. And, you know, she was relentless in sending people my way to try to unblock me. She even made a new account to try to talk to me. She even baited me with information on Roadhog. Oh, I know how to take them down. I don't give a fuck. Like, why can't you just respect the fact that I don't want anything to do with you? Like, respect that. Like, she wouldn't give it up. She just wouldn't, you know?
I quit talking to her back because you know how I have that strict no hate watching.
Right.
Like, I don't hate watch. And there's a particular person who had a real hate boner for me for a long time. And I didn't care. She would send me clips anyways, like all the time to my DMs. And I'm like, you know that when someone sets a boundary, that's like an actual thing. Like, I don't care. I don't want to see it. You're not being helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I stopped talking to her.
Yeah, and it got to the point where, like, because I wouldn't unblock her, she found a middle person who was just trying to help. It's not their fault. She found a middle person. She recorded a voice message, sent it to the middle person, so the middle person would send it to me, okay? And I said, look, this is just crazy. Like, if this girl can take Roadhog down or whatever, tell me whatever it is, you know, tell the person in the middle, like, whatever. But she wouldn't do it because she's stubborn and she thinks that, like, oh, no, I'm right. Izzy needs to talk to me again or whatever. That's how she operates, because it's just whole empath thing she talks about. And I wish I could remember her wording and how she said it or whatever, but, like, she's never wrong. Even when she's wrong, she's right, because she understands people on a different level. So how dare you have feelings that she doesn't understand? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibe I get.
Yeah, like she sounds like she knows everything, and she goes up there and she tells you exactly why you're wrong. And a lot of the times what you're discussing are feelings, and most of the time feelings can't be wrong because they're not supposed to be rational. They're just yours.
That's a good point. And Shady Pine says, I believe she wants to help so much she doesn't see sometimes that people don't want her help.
Yes,
precisely.
I agree.
And that's it. Nobody on Twitter was needing this or must have this information. She's not saving anybody. She's not stopping anybody from doing anything stupid. Like, I just don't understand it. All this says to me, anyways, and maybe you guys have other ideas, is she wants to be right. She wants Julie G to be alive, which I wish she was. So she can point and say, "See, I told you so." That's what I get from this.
Can I tell you what effect it would have on my life if Julie G were proven to have been still alive, as opposed to the same effect? Because I didn't run with Julie G. I'm sorry for her family. I've lost a parent. It's a horrible feeling. It's horrible. I feel very bad for her children, her husband. I can't imagine. But Julie G didn't have an impact in my life.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Lisa says, usually when people know and understand you on a different level, their name is followed by a PhD and a charge of $500 an hour. Isn't that the truth? And there's a lot of people like this in the community who will send you clips of things you don't want to see, right? And a lot of them have really good intentions. Like it happened to me all the time, especially with Roadhog. They just were scared for me, and they just wanted me to see what he was saying or whatever. But there have been times, particularly with Muzz, and I think maybe you guys even just have the same thing, like where you're like, I don't want to see that shit, and she just does it anyways because she wants you to know that she knows. Like, it's like she has her hand everywhere. She knows everything. She has her hand everywhere. And this time, never mind the whole cats thing. Like, I can completely relate to why Real Entertainment News flipped out over the cats thing. Like, girl, you tried to put me in jail, and now you're checking on my cats. Like what? And her excuse for that. What was her excuse for doing the cat thing? Do you guys remember?
Because he was worried what had happened to him. So she was just trying to be helpful. She was going to help him by finding out what happened to his cats. Even though he never asked her to do that.
And they hate each other. So why the F would, she try to help him? She can't even say sorry to him for being involved in trying to get the dude arrested. Like, she refuses. The messed up part is, you guys, that I cannot look past either, is, in my opinion, she owes him an apology for not leaving that chat, for not saying, this is stupid, Roadhog and Yaya. Why are you trying to report something over something stupid he said? We all know he says something stupid. At the very least, I think she should at least apologize for that, but she won't. And her whole reasoning of why she will not do that, and she's made this very clear, is because he threatened her or something. But let me tell you something. He only threatened you after you were involved in putting him and trying to put him in jail. So like, what did you expect? And these are things she knew about him going into this. It's not like these things are a surprise. So it's really screwed up. Like, this is too much. Muzz, this is too much. Can't even believe you did this. Is that me beeping like that?
I don't know, but something major must be going down. Jeez.
Yeah, it's not me.
Oh, is that Discord? I'm sorry, you guys. That must have been Discord. Sorry.
Everyone's chatting.
I thought it was you guys. It was actually me.
I was over here like, dang, what happened? Like, is breaking news?
No, it's just, I didn't even know it was open. You know me, Latidar over here.
I think the cat situation was interesting because, I don't know. There was a point where she did apologize. She sent a voice note to Real. He didn't want the apology. He was like, I'm not ready to.
Oh, she did. Okay, I stand corrected. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did. She actually sent it to me to give to him. So, which I did.
Wasn't that the non-apology?
It's hard to remember exactly what was said in it, but it was very much like a, I shouldn't have been there, but I was there for this reason kind of thing, So still kind of trying to justify actions. And we've always talked about apologies needing to just be an apology and not trying to justify what you did, because then you don't really mean it. And I don't know if she really meant it or not, but he didn't want to hear it. So, but things continued to go on. And there were like things said in chats, like the animals were not taken care of. I confirmed it through the animal shelter, like things like that were said by Muzz. And that's really why he would get upset, because it was like it was bringing it back up again. And then he would, he'd go after her and she'd go after him. And it was very much a back and forth. So it does seem like there's a point where, if you don't like someone, just leave them alone, and you don't have to continually talk shit about them. And that's what I don't understand about all, like, the internet in its entirety, where we just, if someone says something about me, I block them. I'm like, okay, bye. You don't like me, clearly, so I don't want to see what you have to say either. It's as easy as that. But, but in this situation, I don't think Muzz can block people, and she hate watches all the time, like Stacy said.
Yeah, she would all the time be like, "Oh, and I've got the whole thing saved. If you want access to my folder," I'm like, I would have watched it myself if I wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
Is it a hard drive?
I know I'm all in your hard drive. Yeah, let's watch a few more minutes of this since I still have it up here, because let's just see what else, because there was another part that I forgot about here. Hold on.
It makes me so angry.
Sorry, I had myself muted. I just want to know, like, what will it take for you to believe it? Like, you have people in her real life saying it. What else do you want? What more do you want? And then I saw someone like, oh, there's more than one GoFundMe. That's shady. No, it's really not shady, because there are family members, right? And then there are coworkers who family
who
members
probably don't know each other.
Right. They exist in two different spheres of your life. Like, your coworkers and your family are separate, right? Like, my mom's not going to know, like, a girl I worked with, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if she does, it's by chance or whatever, but like, they're different people who want to help. So you have coworkers that want to help.
It's like a Venn diagram thing, you know, like, not all of your circles interlap.
Yes. It's completely separate. That's not suspicious to me at all.
Well, I had two, because there was one through his work. And one from, like, my family setup. So it's not uncommon.
Yeah, no, it's not uncommon at all. So I get it, guys. I get it. The lady was, unfortunately, I hate to say this now that she's not here, but like, she never told the truth. So I completely understand in the beginning people questioning it, right? But like, it should never go this far. Like, there was not even a need for it. It's not even like people with just throwing cash in this GoFundMe and there was a doubt in someone's mind. Like, none of that even happened. There's no reason for this shit. Like, none. Not even a little bit. Oh, I just don't get it, dude. It's like the end game. The end game makes no sense to me. Other than, oh, see, guys, I was right.
And I'm sure a lot of us like Googled and read what we could find on it. I'm sure we did. But nobody else felt the need to make a freaking video and call people in real life, try to friend family members. That's too far. It's gross.
Yep, it is gross.
I don't know for sure, and I wasn't supposed to ask this. I'll get to it at the end, but anyway. So I started to worry about that, I'll be honest. And then my thought process now was, if I don't share my information with you, hey, Kristen, there's going to be one of two things. Either someone did pass, and we're going to start to like poke and prod, and trolls will come out to a family that's grieving, or it's identity theft, and I want to like warn them to protect themselves before I tell everyone. So either way, that, it didn't become like a whole real life trolling thing. I thought maybe I could help people just, here's the information. And
all right, let's talk about that real second. What would the whole identity theft thing, like, why Julie G had already changed her name to Lexi Blake, right? Like, why would she be stealing another Julie's? Like, do you guys have any idea why that would even be a thing? Identity theft?
No, I cannot make a link there.
It seems like a real long game to play, like, because this was an unexpected death. So was she just sitting around hoping that there were tons of Julie's G's laying around, and that one of them was going to be close in age and they were going to have an accident or something? Like, just crossing
was she trying to get insurance? Was she convinced that Julie was trying to get insurance money or some shit?
Like, I don't know. Like, if you were going to pretend to be somebody, would it just be like a random housewife? And
I can't make the connection.
I feel like I would want to be a cooler person than what I am currently if I was going to pretend to be someone else.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of us Googled it, including myself. I'm not going to say I didn't. Like, I just didn't I didn't believe it. Because unfortunately we don't really. And then Mrs. Roadhog being the person who delivered the news, like, that is enough for you to scratch your head no matter what. Never mind, Julie G being involved. Like,
let's squash it, and whatever. So that was then my concern, and now it became a hunt on how do I figure this out, because I do not want to reach out to a grieving family, right? So
don't want to, but I will.
It was I'll be honest, up until a few hours ago, I still wasn't sure. I'm still not sure, but I'll get there. So I was looking around. I mean, I was looking everywhere, and there really was no way, because all I'm doing is verifying information that is true, right? Because it is true. It's either her or it's someone with that information, which is difficult. So here's what I decided. I said, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet.
Again, Julie G told us where her husband worked. You could tell from the fundraiser that you saw with your own two eyes where the guy worked. All you would have had to do is pay attention to the video that Julie G was in that I know you saw and make the connection. Okay, he works where... No, actually, it was in Roadhog's video where she said her husband worked. Never mind, excuse me, not my video, which we all saw the video. You could have made that connection. So in order for there to be identity theft, they would have had to have the same husband at the same place of employment. Like, hello?
And I'm going to reach out to like someone. And I found like a friend's mother. And I go, oh my God, I'm going to sound like a psychopath, right? So I reached out and I didn't even know how to phrase it at that point. But what I had done, and thank you to the person who sent me this link a million years ago, and somehow I remembered, is I have the original video of her on Roadhog's stream, where her face is like right there in center. So I was able to crop it and have like an actual photo of what we know.
You have the video where she says where her husband works. And then you saw the GoFundMe where the husband works. Are you listening to yourself? Hello?
Right? And so I reached out to one person. I could tell she wasn't like sure, and I just didn't want to. So I said, I'm sorry, and thank you. And that was it. And I go, crap, that was like my one shot. But then I said to myself, all right, I'm trying one more time, and that's it, because I do not want this to become like a real life whatever. And I just want to make sure everyone's safe, to be honest. At this point, I still really wasn't sure. So the friend of the father of the husband.
How was anybody ever unsafe? How was anybody ever unsafe? Nobody was unsafe.
I didn't feel unsafe.
Who put up a post, said, I reached out to him because he put up his Venmo to collect money from people to skip the GoFundMe, and he would give it to his friend. And so I figured if he's posting about it, okay. So I reached out to him and I said, I'm sorry that I'm going to sound like a crazy person, but can you confirm that this person and this person is the same, right? Angel Play. And he said, yes. And then he quickly sent me a screenshot of the Venmo and all the money to show that he's getting money and giving it to the friend, I guess, because he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you wanted me to like prove I was legit. And I was like, no.
Now, the same guy she's talking about, literally his post said, if you need verification that this money is actually going to Mike or whatever, hit me up and DM me. So, of course, when he gets a DM, he's going to think the person wants to verify that, like, he's legit. So I can completely understand, like, why he did that. Yeah.
I'm not questioning you. Or, like, I'm sure someone passed and you know what I mean? And you're helping, and that I'm not questioning at all. I just want to make sure that it's the same person. And then I sent it again and I said, I'm really sorry, but are you saying this person? And I sent the screenshot, and this Pamir and this person, and I sent the screenshot, are the same person. And he said yes. Now the thing is he's like, oh yeah, I've worked with her husband for 15 years. Great. But I've only met her like twice. I didn't really know her very well. So that's when I said, are you sure? And he's like, yes. So that's where I left it a few hours ago. Okay. And now I guess the important part to me is to explain, what didn't I find? What am I still unsure of? And why did I stop where I stopped, right? So I just want to explain it because I like to give my, background. So yes, there is a Julie G that has passed, period. Okay. With, a friend of the husband has a Venmo out, is collecting. He thinks it takes less money than the GoFundMe. So the GoFundMe, people wanted to know, is it legit? It is legit for a person that passed. Is
This is fucked up, Muzz. Muzz, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, there is a person who passed. Yeah, it's Julie G. Like, what is wrong with you?
I just typed that exact thing in your chat like about 30 seconds ago. Like, this is fucked up.
Flip a desk. Like, I don't understand it. Is she pretending? Her Majesty says it's like she's pretending to be a true crime host or something. Yeah. It's delusional. It is. It's so ridiculous.
Listen, I always overcorrect myself, and unless I see it with my own eyes and I can verify it 3,000%.
Always.
Then, Muzz, you should go to her wake then, Muzz. I don't know what else to tell you. Are you going to contact the funeral home and ask for pictures? Like, what do you mean if I can't verify it with my own eyes? It's none of our fucking business, for one. And for two, how else would we? There is nothing further than this. I think you've done enough, ma'am. Like,
remember how well she verifies that, too.
I can't.
I can't say it's 100%, and I won't, because I am not ignorant that I couldn't be fooled or whatever. That if I don't see myself, so I can tell you for myself, there is a woman named Julie G who has passed, whose funeral is coming up, who's yes. So it's not a fraudulent GoFundMe. That's what I want to put out there. It is not fraudulent.
I can't even. I mean, wow. Why stop there? I know. Why stop there, right? This internet sleuthing has gotten out of hand. Yup, I agree. Please, I know Lucy. Lucy says, please don't go try to see it with your own eyes. Oh boy. I know, Jennifer. Jennifer Watkins says, is this going to end up with her calling the medical examiner and asking for samples? Like, what do you want? DNA? Like, are we doing a DNA match here? I don't get it.
What else can I tell you for sure? Do I absolutely know 300% that it's the same person? I mean, I don't know that. Do I think it is? I honest to God don't know. And I'm not saying it in a judge way, or they really didn't look the same, you know? But how do I, listen, there are con artists in the world, who live a life and whatever, there's all sorts of things. And unless I see it with my own eyes, like actual, you know what I mean? It is what it is, right? There were a few other things that were a little weird to me on the Facebook, hers versus the family. And so I just wasn't sure. Listen, is it probably? Yes, it probably is. But here's, I guess, why I'm saying I'm unsure. Because again, if it's not like in me doing it myself, I can't. Like I have to.
Over and over again, she says, I can't verify. I can't verify. Like she's not buying it. Like, yeah, you can't. That's why you should probably shut the fuck up. Because guess what? People in her real life who loved her, who still do love her, are going to end up seeing this and wanting to freak out, because you're literally, what you're doing inevitably is mocking her pain. And this isn't about Julie G anymore. There are people left who cared about her, right? Who so sick, man. It is sick. And then Shady Pine says, I love this comment. It says, I think everyone has been ignoring this behavior just because they don't want to hurt her. And the ones that would call her out, like Mandy, would get side-eyed. No, I completely understand why Mandy would call her out. And I've admitted this to Mandy before. Like, I've even said this out loud. Like, yo, I had to literally cut her off and just be like, see you later, because I know firsthand there were so many people after the Real Entertainment News thing, right, who were like, yeah, but Muzz was just really nice, and she, she's really nice, and like she didn't mean it. And like, when the fact of the matter is this, if it were anybody else, if it were Dottie Morgan, if it were anybody else, they would have dropped that bitch like boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, but because she's nice, everybody gave her the benefit of the doubt, right? And that's the problem here. Nobody's seeing. That's why I'm having this stream right now, as a matter of fact, because it feels like nobody's seeing it. Like, do you guys feel
I've been saying it for a while, and like nobody sees it.
It's true.
Nobody, because she's nice.
She's very nice, and she can befriend people quickly and become very just I don't know, she's a chameleon, I think. And so a lot of people really trust her. I trusted her. And there's been, I don't know, we call each other out online all the time, and things happen. So a lot of people are like, well, I just want to give them another chance, or I don't know either party, so I'm staying out of it. Like, that's a thing too. Not everyone has to take a side in things. I find that ridiculous. And so I think that's something that's really been in play here, is that a lot of people wanted to stay neutral, including myself, in a lot of the situations. But what bothers me about this particular stream, and why I'm here tonight and talking about it, is because it's like she's saying, I will not believe anyone. I won't believe anything that comes out. I won't believe anything that's said unless I verify it myself. But you all should believe me.
Right.
And that is weird to me.
Yep. It is weird. And another thing, this is another really good point. And someone just said it in the chat, and I had it written down here, is like, you tout yourself to be an empath, right? It was not very empathic of you to not consider there are people who are grieving right now who you're basically mocking their pain, pretending like it's not real, which is a huge smack in the face. Not very empathic of you, Muzz. Like, just my opinion here, like, there's just too much. Like, your hands in everywhere.
Like, cosplaying as Harriet the Spy or something.
Go play some Clue. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it might be true, it might not be true, but definitely believe me because, whatever. Oh, yeah.
Hey, I sent you a message, by the way, Izzy.
Is it in the... Okay, thank you. Oh, yeah, okay, that definitely. Yeah, stuff. Here's the thing. There's a lot of people who, and I think I said this earlier, a lot of people who say that they're empaths. There's a lot of research on this. Don't shoot the messenger. There's a lot of research. You can check yourselves. Don't believe what I say. Go look for yourself. People who say they're empaths are actually just raging narcissists who just never admit that they're wrong. And that's, I'm not saying, I don't know if she strikes me as like a narcissist, because she can be really caring, but like, she needs to look at the entire picture, like this is so much more than just, it doesn't look like her, so I don't believe it. Like, it looks like her. I'm not gonna listen. I know that like you guys are probably like, well, let's see the picture. Like, I don't even feel comfortable bringing her picture up because I don't want this stream to be about Julie G. Like, a lot of people don't even believe in empaths, Julie. I know, Julie Virgo. They really don't. I don't know if I do. I've always been on the fence about that. I'm not sure.
I know that when my dad passed away, if anybody had contacted for reasons like this to find out if that were real, I would have lost it.
Yeah. Can you, Mike, her husband, right? Can you imagine his coworker hitting him up like, hey, this girl Muzz from the internet, like, wanted to make sure that your wife was really dead or not. Like, do you know her? He's going to be like, who? Obviously, he knows about it because he was here in my chat. I didn't see it, but somebody said that her husband was here saying, tell Muzz to stop,
Like a year after my dad passed away, someone that he was in the army with had found my mom on Facebook and wanted to get in touch with my dad. And my mom like bawled for weeks after that because it was so, like
it
raw.
opens the wound again. Yeah.
And yeah, so like for someone from the internet to just be so crass.
You got some balls, man. I could never. Liz says, who's also an empath? Katie Joy. Yeah, exactly. Anybody could say that. Unbelievable.
I think people that call themselves empaths are just people that can like cold read people well. So that way they know how to manipulate them into what they need from them.
Right. So there's being empathetic, which is feeling for people, right? And being able to relate to their pain. But empaths are like a completely, it's not just you feel empathy on a up-teen level. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna actually let me read a little thing here about
like sometimes it's just that you know what people are feeling, not that you feel it with them.
Right.
You're just able to know what's going on.
Okay, hold on. So the really, really, really ironic part out of all of this, okay? Someone needs to tell you I will be the one, okay? The really, really, really ironic part out of all of this is, here goes. Do you guys remember once upon a time that Muzz had said something along the lines of her significant other had passed away, and then he didn't, and then he did again, and then he, like, there were quite a few people who, including myself, who were like, didn't you just say that he had passed away and now he's not? Like, nobody in their right minds would have tried to, I don't know, make a stream about it or, open your wound or whatever. Like, do you guys remember that?
I didn't even ask her about it, and she never answered for it because I was like, well, that would be really weird and awkward. But I absolutely remember him being dead a week ago.
Okay, so it's not just me then. Like, you remember that? You remember that? Like,
yes.
Yes.
Okay, because I thought I was losing my mind. I'm like, I didn't see anyone else saying anything about that when I was freaking out about Muzz earlier, but I'm like, I could have swore that she had said something along the lines of he passed away, and then all of a sudden he was still here. Like I remember people talking about it. It's like the freaking Mandela effect. Like, did this shit really happen? Like, because I remember people hitting me up like with screenshots of her tweets and stuff, which I probably still have somewhere. She was just like, yeah, he passed away, and now she's acting like it never happened. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of weird. But some people were nobody was like willing to upset her, even though I don't really care for the girl at the moment. I would never want to like upset her in even doubting her story, which was weird, right? Her story was weird. It was.
Like, seriously, I was like, well, it's none of my business. Like,
yeah.
Almost like that old meme of like Kermit drinking the tea. Like, that's none of my business, though.
That's none of my business, though. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there were explanations that came out, and I'm not even comfortable talking about it, to be honest, because it's just so weird. But like, I guess there was an explanation to it, but it just, to accuse other people of something that you yourself have done and is strange. You know, like, why make a big deal out of this after that situation?
No,
And
Belinda,
I don't understand how she doesn't see that this shouldn't be a big deal. I mean, the woman knitted me sweaters and scrunchies. Like, she can be a very kind person. So I don't get how she's not linking it, you know?
Yeah, I want to make this clear. I don't think that like Muzz is a horrible human being. I think she's a busybody. I think she takes her nosy and acts on it. Like, yo, I'm nosy AF, okay? I'm not gonna say I'm not, but like, I know like where to draw the line, or at least I think I do anyways. But like, this is not all right. Like, this is too much. The real.
Well, and I get like really nosy. I come talk to you or Kim. You know, I'm like,
yeah.
Hey, have you guys heard anything? All right, never mind.
To make a stream and to hashtag our government name, like, are you not thinking, like, do you not have anyone around you that's like, hey, that's probably not a good idea right now? Because what if you are wrong? Like, did nobody in her chat, like, I didn't see anybody. Belinda Paul is probably, granted, to be fair, I didn't like read the entire chat, so there might have been other people, but I saw Belinda Paul, like, the only one, like, this is kind of fucked up, like. And then speaking of that, she says, here's Belinda Paul right now. What? I thought he passed too. She said Yaya supported her on the night she had to go say goodbye. Thank you, Belinda Paul. That's what I thought too. That was another thing. But no, he's still with us, as far as I know anyways. Thank God, right? It's weird.
Yeah,
I
mean, weird. Like, I'm glad he's still alive. I'm just saying I never bothered her about it. I'm minding my own business because I was already not talking to her at that point.
Right.
So I did what a normal person did, and I minded my own business. Right.
So it's just really ironic to me that, like, we've all kind of, like, felt this way about her situation. Nobody said anything, like, out of common decency, but yet here she is doing it to somebody else. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a little weird to me, you know? Yeah. So I just wanted to say that, like, there are some things that shouldn't be done. And again, I know that you're all out there. I know I'm on your hard drive. But Easy, you talk to real life people from Roadhog's house. From Roadhog's family. I don't know why I just said house. I didn't contact them. I have a middle person who spoke with them and relayed the information. Again, people from his real life hit me up like Akita. I didn't even want to involve her. I ignored the lady, and I loved Akita. I thought she was an amazing person. She radiated good energy. I would love to continue talking to her, but I did not want anyone to bother her in real life, or I don't want Roadhog rather to bother her in real life, or Michelle. But and furthermore, Michelle, I know I'm all in your hard drive, okay, Michelle? Who the fuck are you? Who do you think you are? Telling people to take their videos down when your husband still has his up, for one. For two, why are you the moral high ground all of a sudden? Don't you remember you faked an entire pregnancy and fooled an entire community and emotionally manipulated an entire community with a baby that never existed? So please put your tweets away. You're not the moral high ground, okay? Stop. Just stop. You look silly. And I'm never going to let that shit slide. Don't you ever think for 1 second that I'm going to let people forget about what you did. Because it's never going to happen. Nope. Never going to happen.
Yeah, we need to keep Akita and Larry in our thoughts, right? Because he's really sick, right?
Yeah. And furthermore, worry about your own family. Michelle, you have a brother who is here and who's really sick, okay? And you're worried about Julie G's family. Why don't you worry about your own family? What you did, you owe Larry an apology. God forbid something happens, you're gonna look back on that and be like, that was stupid. I should have just said sorry. Like, get your mind right. Like, you need to fix that Larry thing, because him and Nikita seem like really good people. They do. Oh, Akita's in the chat. Oh, hi, Akita. Hi, Akita. Sorry that you and Larry are going through that, Akita. It's awful. Horrible to hear that. Not fair. Well, Akita, spit or swallow, huh? What?
That's Akita's name.
Akita's name is Spit
Oh,
or
okay.
Swallow.
I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, it's really cute that Michelle's pretending to care about someone else's family when her own family situation is bass backwards. Like, for real. Come on. Really? Speaking of, it's been so peaceful lately, you guys. Can I just say that?
I know. He's back, right?
Oh, like, so peaceful. You know, nothing good lasts forever, so yeah. Oh, send me a link. Okay. So let's just keep our fingers crossed on that. I brought my Hulanite to the stream, okay? I think that's what it's called.
So as far as I know, he's not dead now, right? Like, he's still alive.
Her boyfriend, as far as I know.
Yeah. As they were asking in the chat, like, I honestly have not watched anything she did until today.
Who, Mrs.
No,
Murdoch?
I don't watch her at all.
She did something today?
Muzz.
No, the Muzz's video. Like, I haven't been keeping up with her. So as far as I know, after he was resurrected, he stayed alive.
Yeah. I didn't even know about that stuff either until Belinda said she was calling funeral homes. I'm like, what? Yeah. Oh, hello, Akita. Oh, hey. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey. So I know I'm visible. So I don't know if anyone's saying what. You're not going to be able to see very well, but let me see. That's my husband lying in a bed. He's alive still. So that is my husband laying in a hospice bed. We are literally down to hours, if not days, with him. So Michelle, I seen somebody had sent it to me that he turns 51 this week. No, he turns 51 Saturday. If he makes it, is what they are telling us. So Michelle needs to stop and shut up. She doesn't know shit. She will never know shit about this. His family is here with him. We are all going to be here with him as he transitions. But Michelle doesn't know a damn thing. But I assure you right now, he's still alive. Barely, but he's still here. We're having a CAD pump installed on him for morphine and pain relief tonight. He has literally slept all day. We just brought him home on Sunday from the hospital and told either bring him home and let him die or he dies in the hospital. So Michelle doesn't know shit. And the fact that she's going on and saying she knows shit.
I didn't even know she was
unspeakable.
What is she saying?
It is unspeakable. I don't know that, if she thinks he's passed away, I assure he's very much still alive right now. He is barely hanging on. Things are failing him right now. So I can assure you right now, he's alive right now.
Good. I'm glad. Man, I'm so sorry to hear that,
Barely.
Akita. Like, yeah, this is a reality check, Rose. Thank you. It is. And
it really is. And Larry's a former smoker. He quit 8-9 years ago. We don't know if this was from his job that he's done for years. We don't know if it was because he was a previous smoker. But needless to say, non-small cell lung cancer does not show signs in the first few stages. So we would have never known this if it wasn't for those blood clots back in March.
That's when you found out, in March, from the blood clots?
So March, he went into the hospital and had to have a blood clot removed from his lung because it was blocking his air passage. We almost lost him then. Yeah. We then found out he has what they call metastatic adenocarcinoma with lung primary. It is in his lungs. It's in his liver. It's in his omentum. It is in his bones, and it is in his brain and his lymph nodes.
Yo, that happened so fast, dude. I can't believe, like, oh my God. What? I remember that. Like, I did not think, like, I had heard he was sick, but I'm sorry, I didn't know he was this sick. Oh my goodness. Like, it must really go up your ass sideways to have Michelle pretending like she cares about someone else when she has a brother there, you know, who she owes an apology to, who's really not doing well. It's just like, what? Like, it's so unfair, man. It, like, I can't even believe that. You and Larry are like really good people. Like,
yeah, but I assure you that when he passes, either I will update or even Just Saying can update, because I know she's a legitimately good, caring person that's not going to give false information or run to Twitter like some people do.
Right. Yeah, and we better not. And I don't want to hear nothing from Michelle. God forbid, she better keep her mouth shut. Like, people like to sad fish, like, oh, you know, this happened to me. Like, I lost my brother. Yo, your brother's here right now. Where were you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Everyone in the chat is like sending.
Like, I know a lot of people knew that we had a GoFundMe that his brother had set up. A lot of people shared it. Honestly, most people did not donate. We didn't ask for donations. We asked for prayers. We asked for positive thoughts, when we still thought we had a chance to beat this. That is what we asked for. That is what we need. You know, we didn't need money. If people threw in money, great. And we so appreciated it. We do. But we needed prayers and we needed thoughts. And that's what we needed. And we still need to this day. Because right now we just need prayers and positive energy that he transitions easily. So that is what we're asking for. Yes, we have a GoFundMe too, which I seen the whole GoFundMe talk, but
yeah, I'm definitely gonna link it after, because I know you and Larry.
Some of our coworkers and so
yeah,
I mean,
and Larry are really good people.
We ask for prayers and thoughts. We really do.
Well, I think we all got you there.
But I do watch y'all in the background, just so y'all know.
Yeah. All right. Well, tell Larry.
We watch you all in and we appreciate it. We really do. Our family's here, and we're doing the best we can.
I'm sorry. I wish I could just give you a hug. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I can't.
I know.
You just have a blood clot. Next thing you know, like, how do you even wrap? How? I don't know how you're even standing up right now. You just one foot.
You don't wrap your head around it, and most days you try not to fall apart, and some days you just disintegrate.
And it's
but as of right now, he's still alive, and that's what matters most. He's still here with us, and we're gonna enjoy that time.
All right. Well, make sure you do that, and tell everyone in the chat is just like prayers for you guys, sending you positive energy.
And I appreciate it. And we need all of those we can get.
Yeah, and I'm gonna link your GoFundMe. Like, I know I will stand behind that GoFundMe. Like, I know you guys are good people too. So, I know that's not what you want and stuff. You just want prayers, but like, tell Larry we're thinking of him, and
I will.
If you need anything, Akita, let us know, okay?
I appreciate it, guys. But yeah, like I said, if and when it happens, and can update you guys, or I will update you guys over time. But I guarantee firsthand, it will not be her that knows shit. So, but thank you guys. I do watch you guys in the background, though. I do try to be quiet, watch you guys in the background. You guys are my mental break. So if that helps, you guys are my mental break.
I like you so much. Like, I never wanted to cause you any problems. Like, I hope.
No, and you didn't. You didn't.
You
did it. Even Just Saying, even being the one who brought this to our attention, you guys didn't cause the problems.
Yeah,
you just pointed them out to us.
Yeah, nobody should have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Especially we have all this going on, which is way more important than any of this internet stuff. But
right.
Yeah.
Right. But no, I like I said, I assure you, right now he's still with us. So, and thank you, absolutely all, for the prayers and positive thoughts. We need those. We really do.
All right, Akita, we'll keep it up for you, okay?
You guys have a good night. Enjoy. Bye. I'll keep an eye on you guys.
Bye, Larry.
So, bye, guys.
So sad, man.
I'm so incredibly sorry.
Like, I don't even know what to say. I did not know he was like that sick. Like, what? You go for hospital for one thing, and then they tell you have a little bit longer to live. Like, I can't even. So unfair. Like, why does this shit happen to good people? I'll never understand. Like, Anyways, Real Entertainment News is here. Hi, Real Entertainment News.
Hey.
How are you?
Look at that sharp suit.
I'm okay. I'm in a lot of pain. I can't walk today.
Oh, you're in pain? What happened?
Your gout acting up?
Yeah, it's really bad today.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
You been drinking cherry juice?
I can't get to the store to get cherry juice.
Can you order a delivery?
We gon' I don't think we have those systems out here. You can order like DoorDash or something, but I don't think we have the deliveries where you can order where I can order cherry juice. I would have to go to Walmart.
Walmart
But
has a delivery service.
Instacart. Don't call Instacart.
don't call Instacart.
Yeah, Instacart. Okay, it's a whole long story, but they ended up charging my bank account money that they shouldn't have, and I had to call them, and it was a nightmare. And I should have just went and got the shit myself. Long story short, but sometimes you can't go get it yourself, especially if you're in pain. So,
Well, I need to do something because like I've been in this bed all day, but I got like 6 new clients for blog placements, and I need to get started on these stuff. So I need to do
did you say
something.
blog placements?
Yeah, so a lot of people they don't really know what I do. So outside of selling used clothing, I help independent artists promote their music. I get them on like places like the Source magazine and stuff like that. So it's Thursday, right? It's Thursday night because it's going into Friday. So
Yep.
about this time, 5 o'clock, like a bunch of clients will start funneling in. They'll start sending money because releases happen at if it's 6. It happens at 12 o'clock East Coast time because then that's when releases start. So I guess
Doesn't Dear Yvette do that stuff too? Independent artists?
I think she was doing like shows and stuff. I'm more like
E-commerce?
people come to me when their music is done and ready to go. It's already on Spotify. They just want to get coverage for it. So I'll get them interviews, stuff like that. Get them in magazines. May send them to like California to like the Vibe magazine office or to like Star magazine's office. You know the funniest thing is that me and the lady uh, from Star Magazine, the chief editor, we were really, really close. And we had a falling out for like a year. Like we didn't speak for a year because she called the funeral home where Jody Arias' father was.
Why?
And I got the beat for that. And I was like, I don't want that. I don't have nothing to do with that. And I called up. I cussed her out. Like, that's going too far. I understand you have a job to do, but that's just too far. No matter how much you hate the girl or whatever the case may be, I'll play the middle because I'm cool with you. I'm cool with her, but I can't co-sign this. You don't call nobody's funeral home. Like, what is up with this new age of people, man? Like, you just don't do that.
I don't know, man. And and a lot of times I sit back and think, I brought a lot of real life stuff about Roadhog to the forefront, but the dude literally left me with no choice. Like, he went at me for months. I had an opportunity to share information, so I did. Like, can you blame me? Like, but that's not normally something I would go out of my way to try to do to somebody. I don't think any of us in our right mind would. And I'm not even fully in my right mind. Like, I'm really not. And even I know, but how do you must not be surprised about any of this Muzz stuff, right?
I can truly say I hate Muzz with a passion. I really do.
Do you hate Yaya and Roadhog too, though?
I hate all of them. But
Yeah.
it's continuing with Muzz. It's like she has the torch.
She keeps it going.
Yeah. Like I don't hear from Yaya and I definitely don't hear from Roadhog.
Right.
I don't exempt them, but she's just doing foul stuff behind the scenes, trying to flag my Twitch down, telling people to mass flag my Twitch down. Like it's just I don't know, man. I feel like I gave so much grace, and it's like if I snap out, how am I the bad guy? I think I gave enough grace.
You did. You too much. Yeah, I completely understand why you were mad about that, and and that's the point of the stream. Like, at
Like
what point?
she called my cats. Like, why are you bothering my cats?
At what point do you say, okay, this person's nice, but like, are they really, because they're being nosy and they're not making good decisions? Like, at what point are people gonna go, this is a little much, like, but hey, I'm not here to try to like make people dislike the girl. I get everybody has their different tolerances and what they're willing to overlook and stuff, but this needs to stop. Like, this is not okay. And you know
Yeah, like, and somebody, I heard that she was dealing with like mental health issues, but at what point are we going to stop allowing people to use their mental health issues to attack people?
exactly. It's
Like
never okay.
I heard that she lives in Canada and she's in a wheelchair. So like, you getting out of your wheelchair, not brushing your teeth, not washing your face to get onto a computer to harass a black man that's in Arizona that can't walk. I can't walk just like you can't walk.
You got the goat.
It's
None
crazy,
of that even matters. It's just like common decency. But yeah.
And I get so many calls like, "Don't say nothing to Muzz," and it's like, it's easy for people to tell me not to say nothing for Muzz, say nothing to her. But what if you just took your eyes off of Muzz being a quote unquote nice person and look at this stuff that she's done to me behind the scenes? I guarantee you, people that liked Sammy the Bull will say he was a nice person. The people that he put in the grave, they don't think Sammy's a nice person. You understand what I'm saying? So we always has two sides to people. And a lot of people always say, this is the real person, this is the real person. No, we all have multiple sides to us. We all have multiple sides to us.
Right. Nobody's all good or all bad. There's a polarity, I think, that we all kind of operate by,
I remember one time she was on Siwa's panel and I went up there and questioned her, and she started like fainting and like crying, and I'm like, what the? I'm just asking you, like,
that's what I was gonna get to next. Is
but that's manipulation, though, right?
She has a way of master manipulating every situation, just like this one right now, into being the victim. She does that all too well. She did it with you. She does it all the time. Like, for example, in another time, you just said that she did that to you in the chat, right? One time, Roadhog came in Little Red's chat, running his mouth to Muzz, and Muzz did the same thing. She was like, "You said if I told you were affecting my mental health, that you would stop." She immediately like threw down the flag and was like, "No," but like, it's okay for her to do crazy things, though.
Yeah, like the whole situation with me and Mandy. Me and Mandy, we already got our problems. We going back and forth. You gonna insert yourself in that and then retweet something about if Real Entertainment News keep coming at people with color, we're gonna come at all of the Caucasian women that he has to do with. Let me tell you something. You fuck with Kim, you got a problem. I guarantee you that, 110%. You fuck with her, you got a problem. That's not cool. Like, and for her to share that, like, and Kim was supposed to be our friend, like, that pisses me off. Like, why would you do that? You try to help? How are you trying to help? How are you helping calling my cats and you know that you hate me because you just wanted to try to put me in jail? I don't understand how the community doesn't see this. Like, it's heartbreaking as like people hate me so much that they'll allow this to happen.
Like I said, everyone has a different tolerance of what they're willing to overlook or what they're willing to look past or whatever, and that's the part that drives me nuts. I'm guilty of it with certain people. I think we all kind of are to an extent, but I don't know how somebody could have. First of all, I don't know how somebody could have taken you seriously. Like, not to like be rude, but like you said crazy things all the time. Like, everybody knows you would never, actually act on that. Like,
first of all, where is the proof? Yaya, where is the proof?
Oh, don't summon Yaya.
Like, she never showed the proof.
I've never even seen the proof. You're right.
The FBI cleared the case the same day that they got it because there wasn't enough proof, because she never had me on tape saying anything. First of all, if I'm getting super chats to get an apartment, how am I going then take the money to go put a hit out on somebody if I'm homeless. I'm a homeless hitman now.
Not only that, you were telling people you don't drive. So like, how are you gonna come across the country to like come get some YouTuber? Like, I just don't get it, man. It was stupid. It was stupid, and that's why I'm very disappointed that she didn't bounce her way out of that chat. Because let's not forget, the very first person to ever say, "Hey, you know what? Roadhog's toxic. Don't even talk about him. He's not even worth it. He's awful. He's this. He's that." Was Muzz. So for her to turn around and help him is so screwed up. Like,
I thought she was gathering information to give to Kim. Well, if you gathering information and you in a mod chat or a chat that's trying to pin a crime, and that's a serious crime. Like, I'm talking about 20 to life crime. You know what I mean? Because you get all types of RICO charges that go along with that. Like, that would have been real bad for me.
And did I like imagine the time that Roadhog said something to Real about having trucker friends all over the country that would?
Yup.
Yeah, that was
he's affiliated. That's what he said. I'm affiliated.
Did I make that up? Or?
Okay.
No,
that happened. That was his exact. I'm affiliated. Remember when he told me, "Girl, you think you're gangster, bitch? I'm from the hood. I'm Roadhog."
Yes, I'm from the hood.
I still laugh about that. Bitch, I'm from the hood.
Yeah. What did he say? Oh, he said something else. Like, I don't know. Anyway, it was really stupid. But I felt responsible for Muzz doing what she did in the first place in some instances, because I would tell Real, like, don't go after her. She's watching Roadhog. She's hate watching, and she's recording it. She's gathering information, whatever. And boy, like, I was totally wrong. It was crazy.
Quick question though: you said don't use Instacart. It's already 7:00 where I'm at. It's probably too late to get them to deliver cherry juice.
No, it's not too late. You can still you can do Instacart till like 9:00.
You can do Instacart. Just make sure that a month from now they don't charge you $100 membership fee if you're not trying to get a membership. You know what I'm saying? Like, just watch out for that, because that's what they did to me. I never even got the first delivery. First of all, it was like $10 off your first delivery, and my daughter was sick, didn't want to go to the store, so I was like, "Oh, cool! I get $10 off, and I'll get it delivered." Right? Well, the dude didn't speak English, and he texted me. He's like, "Don't have your medicine different kind." I'm like, "I already selected a backup kind," and he said checking out now, and then he never came. And I was like, "What the hell?" And then a month later, they charged me $100 for a membership fee. So, anyways, let me rewind. After I didn't get my delivery, I called there. I said, "I want my money back. I didn't get my delivery." And they said, "Oh, you're all set." And I said, "I'm all set with your service." They said, "Okay, sorry." A month later, boom, $100. What the hell?
I don't. Yeah, that sounds like a disaster.
Christy says she'll help you. Christy Marie, Real, check your messages. I'll help you with it.
All right. Well, Christy, I'll check my messages. I just can't do it when I'm in StreamYard because I can't even see the chat unless you put it on the thing.
I actually do have to hop off here. I can actually hear my daughter walking around, and she's supposed to be sleeping, so I really can't stay on here much longer. But is there anything else that you wanted to say, Real, before I go?
I just think the community needs to start doing more positive, fun, laughing streams, more dragging streams, but just make it more fun, because it's not becoming fun when you're starting to call people's jobs and people are getting fired. Somebody's going to wind up getting hurt, and it's really not worth it, That's all.
I'm surprised someone hasn't at this point. Kim, Stacy, any last thoughts?
Yeah, words of wisdom from Real. I mean, I definitely think I want to go back to the fun streams that I used to watch all the time. And, Real threw a birthday party the other day. That was hilarious. So
yeah, it was a beautiful cake.
I guess, and I believe this too. And I'm not a fan of Curry's conflict. He's not a fan of me. Let's just leave it at that. But from what I understand, anyways, that Muzz is the one that played the pornography on his channel, which makes sense because she had his password. People, don't ever give anybody your YouTube password for your account ever.
Dang it, really Kim quickly, has my password.
Mandy says she can't. Well, we know that, Mandy. Why does she keep bringing Kim up? Can I please ask that question? Like, I feel like she keeps throwing shots at Kim for no reason. Kim never said anything to her. Am I
think
wrong for looking at it that way?
I didn't take that as a shot, but I mean, I don't really care either. So, like, I don't control you, and I'm not trying to. So, I don't know.
I think that Mandy has been, you know, and I
PJ, answer my calls, PJ. You ducking me.
Ducking me.
yeah, PJ.
Yeah,
Mandy
PJ.
has really felt bad for you about that this entire time, and she also can't understand why people, you know, overlook that. I think so. It is what it is. Like, hopefully more people are waking up to it now. Oh, you're like, yep, my sidetrack Sally, my sidetrack Sally mom. Guys, thank you for coming on. I do want to go live again this week some night, so if you guys are more than welcome to come. What I'll do is I'm going to leave Akita and Larry's GoFundMe in the comments, right? If you want to help out Julie G's daughter get from, I think
I'm gonna drop down. Love you, ladies.
Okay,
I'll
bye,
probably go
Rhea.
live on Twitch later.
Okay, hope you feel better.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye. What was I saying? Oh, if you're interested in helping Julie G's daughter, Kim has a Twitter, where I'm sure she shared the link. So that's there. I'm gonna share Akita and Larry's. I'm gonna leave it in my comment section. There was one other thing. Sue Elliott's information I'm gonna leave too, and sidetrack Sally. I forgot what the other thing I was gonna leave in the comments was.
And people should check out your new merchandise because your shirts are adorable. I've been wearing my Just Say No to Cult shirts everywhere.
You got that one? Thank you.
I did.
Thank you. I made brand new, way better than the ones I posted on Twitter the other day. Amber Heard, Our Lady Perpetual Victimhood, definitely made better ones. So guys, check that out.
You're over here like promoting everything else. Like that's what you're forgetting. Promote yourself.
I know. I never really like do that for myself. I don't know. I feel like weird about it. Like, oh, check out my merch. Like, check out my mixtape. Like, I
have the Shady Palm Tree shirt. I have the Todd Come Get Your Girl shirt.
You do?
And now I have the Just Say No to Cults.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I have the one with the crown that says "Own Thy Nasty."
Oh, you guys are awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you.
And Baddest Bitch on the Block. Is that one still there?
Baddest Witch on the Block. That one's not there. That was a Halloween one.
Yeah, that one was awesome.
Oh, you're going to get him the cherry juice? That's so nice. I love seeing nice things like that. Awesome. All right. Yeah, I'm going to need my mixtape. I know. It wouldn't be beyond me to drop a mixtape, just saying.
I listen to the Dottie song all the time. I'm not going to lie.
Yo, I like to pretend I can jokingly rap, but Ronnie says we need a shot caller for the Jezebels. I still haven't figured out if the Jezebels are real, like prison gang. In my head, they are, but I've been trying to look that up. But thanks for coming on. I want to do another stream another night this week, so I'll let you guys know. And yeah, so wigs and things. Got my friends in wigs and things. Got mad twins in wigs and things. Oh my god, I love that one, PJ. I forgot about that. All right, guys, I gotta get going here. I hear little footsteps, and I don't know if she's just going to the bathroom or what, but she knows when I'm streaming, and she knows like she can move, and I gotta go see what's up. But thank you very much for coming on, and we'll talk soon, okay? Thank you to my moderators and for buying my merch and just being here, guys. All right, have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.